And welcome to the Talon Outdoors Show. I'm Charlie.
I'm JD.
And I'm Grant.
And I'm Captain Paul Tire.
And the rest.
Everybody's in.
We need a nickname for the three of us.
What was it in Gilligan's Island? It was Gilligan. It was the professor, and then back in the beginning it was and the rest.
Yeah. The Peanut Gallery. Something like that.
What was it? The girl that played, not the movie star, but the other one.
Ginger, Marianne.
I met her.
You did?
Yeah, she was at the Parisian in the Tallahassee Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that dated that meeting.
Yeah.
She was Parisian still, and the Tallahassee Mall.
She was still, I had bad thoughts.
No.
Well, that doesn't take much, Fred.
No, it didn't take much.
I understand in real life she was a lot sweeter than the actress that played Ginger as well.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Ginger was like a...
I'm still trying to figure out how Ginger managed to have all those sequin dresses and stuff and long ballroom gowns and stuff on the island.
A 3-hour tour. She packs 10 years worth of wardrobe.
And why was she out there by herselse with none of her? I mean, she just
that was always my question.
I'm just going to get on this little fishing boat.
It would have been a better show if they'd have been
and why is a millionaire and his wife on a little rundown tour boat with a bunch of other people?
Yeah,
why didn't he just have his own boat?
They actually have that boat. I looked at. They have one for sale on Boat Trader.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
And
so
SS Minnow. And what was the professor doing? Was he like doing some scientific research?
That's a good. I don't know. I mean, why do you, that?
And why weren't they in loincloth after like season 1 on a tropical island? You know good and well their clothes would have rotted. I mean,
well, in my version of Gilligan's Island, they are. But,
you got to go to the back of the store in that special room to get that movie. I'm pretty sure there, Fred.
It says adults only before you walk in.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of like this. I realized the other night that the TV show Survivor is still on television, like in season number 27 or whatever. You know,
how
Survivor is
still going.
Still going.
And there's spinoffs on some of the lesser known networks.
Yeah. That was one of the first reality.
Yeah,
TV
now they got one where they're all naked.
45
seasons.
45 seasons of Survivor.
You got to be kidding.
And that's
it's been 45.
That's the least reality show on the planet ever.
Well, and then you got the one that's they came out with the naked one.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to outdo Survivor. We're going to do
Naked Survivor alone.
Yeah.
Or not alone, naked and afraid.
Yeah, so they got these two naked people that just show up on the beach and meet one another.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
I'm all right.
I kind of like watching like Bear Grylls and some of that every now and then. You know, that had more of a, hey, I'm going to throw you out here on a mountain.
The show Alone is the one where they put them out in the middle of the wilderness by themselves with a camera. It ain't terrible. Pretty intelligent. But here's the thing about Survivor. Now, if you let's break this down. You put me on the island with 30 other people, however many people's on the show, and you say, all right, here's the deal. We're going to come back, pick y'all up about 3 months. And whoever's left gets $1 million.
That's the way they ought to do it.
I'm going to be laid up on the beach picking my teeth with somebody's rib bone going, gained 47 pounds, and go, where's my money?
The first thing I want to know is whose jurisdiction are we in?
Yeah.
Do they extradite? Can you be extradited from here? You might bring me my money, leave me here.
You get back, I say they all went to the train station.
What happened? What happened to everybody else? Oh, I don't know.
The sharks got them.
Anybody got some antacid? Anybody got a Tums?
You like that?
Gained 40. You're the only person on Survivor ever gained 47 pounds.
Yeah. I don't know that I'd want to eat it.
Well, if I was hungry enough, I'm just saying.
I guess I might.
I can't watch that. You get in there and it's like, now I tuned in, and this was on your behalf. I did this because I want to get caught up kind of where you are, and I got on the Oak Island deal.
Yeah.
And I started watching some of those, and I don't know where it is because I know it's the later episodes because now they're finding beads and
that's pretty recent.
You know, and all that, and I'm going, man, they must have dug a big old hole. And they're like they're going down 40 feet with stuff and hauling equipment in. They done built a bridge over there to the island. I don't know you know, it's gotten crazy.
What are y'all talking about?
Finding coins and stuff. I mean, why did it take them so many years to find this stuff?
Well, they've been trying to find it for a long time. If you go back so the reason I like that show, not necessarily because so when I was a kid, the same way that the two brothers, the McGinnis brothers that are doing this, or Marty and whatever his name is,
those guys,
the two brothers that are running that operation, fell in love with the story because when we were kids, they're about our age, when we were kids, Reader's Digest did a story in Reader's Digest about the Oak Island treasure. It was in Reader's Digest. I read that same Reader's Digest article in the doctor's office when I was a kid and had been interested and knew all about this whole thing when I was a kid. So when the show came on, I was like, oh, these guys are really – they've been digging up there for like 150 years.
Time.
And
I
anyway.
just don't have any words for that. I mean, when you're a kid, you're already filling your brain with useless facts.
I can't help it, Fred. That's how I'm built. I'm sorry. That's just
It's
he
like,
probably remembers. Yeah, it's the stuff that's floating around his head is crazy.
I mean, he makes Cliff Clavin look like a lightweight. I mean,
So anyway, but I can't stand those shows where it builds up and it's like, okay, I got to tune in next week because they didn't do anything, and it's like those what on earth is that kind of deal where they zoom in from a satellite and they go and they look down and they go this odd shaped structure in the middle of the Pacific. Unknown. We're looking
it's
at
a trash pile,
and it could be so and so, and they give all this stuff, and this scientist says so, and they debunk that, which could have easily been debunked in the first 30 seconds. Well, we know it's not this, or this.
It's a bunch of plastic bottles floating around.
and they just keep going and going and going, and so then the marine biologist says that it can't be plankton reflecting the sun rays, and it can't be that. Could it be Starlink satellites? I don't know, and it's this, that, and the other, and then at the end of the show, you find out. You know, that the Chinese like dug up some dirt and made a new island or something. I was like, oh, this is what it is. And they start talking about, could this be the apocalypse? Could this be alien residue from a previous, and, just on and on. And I'm going, and I'm sitting there with a remote in my hand, and I can't turn the channel because I got to figure out what it really is.
They sucked you in.
So I'll pause the TV. And I'll go do something.
Somebody's
and come back,
listening
and
to
I'll
this.
fast forward it to the end.
So in my mind, back to Oak Island. In my mind, there is no question. All right, never mind.
I want to fast forward and find out where the treasure is.
yeah.
We all do. We've been waiting for 12 seasons, and my wife's like, "Oh, look, they found some more wood." Let me guess, they found some wood.
This looks like some barrel staves.
Some old wood.
And this has multiple.
When does this show come on?
It's on the History Channel on Tuesday nights. The new episode, they started about 7 and catch you up for like 3 episodes, and then the new episode, I think, comes on at 9.
At 9? All right, so at 9 o'clock this Tuesday. If you get a phone call and somebody's breathing into the phone,
it's you.
That's not me.
You block your number.
Snoring from boredom. But now it's one of those things I just want to know.
I want to know. They found too much. They have found, in all honesty, they have found too much stuff on there for there not to be some level of something had gone on.
They
just finding too much stuff.
Revolutionary War trash piles. What happened? There's a bunch of people camped out there for a couple of weeks.
But it's pre-Revolutionary War. Yeah. It is truly the stuff they're finding there ain't supposed to be there at the time it's there.
And back then, why are they going so deep in the ground? Was that from previous exploration stuff?
A lot of it is previous digs. They've dug. There's been like 7, 8 people die.
Yeah, about to say there's been some deaths.
I mean, how much do they think this treasure's worth?
That's why they call it the curse. I don't know. They're once again part of the show. They speculate that it could be stuff looted by the Crusaders from the Israel, from the Jerusalem.
From the Crusades,
They think it could be that. They think it could be pirate treasure. They think it could be the Crusaders, or not the Crusaders, the Knights Templar, bringing stuff in and hiding it.
You be careful. Illuminati's going off all of them. They're going to wonder what happened.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
You don't mess with them.
Still don't mess with them.
No.
Sorry, gentlemen. We didn't mean to bring you up in the show here. We don't want.
Sorry, we didn't mean to talk about y'all.
Don't hack my computer
Yeah,
today.
please stay away from me. Yeah.
Oh, the nonsense that's on TV today.
I don't watch a whole lot of TV, but when I do, it's that kind of stuff. I can't help it. I'm sorry once again.
We all have to hear about it.
That and sports. Yeah. I'm sorry, Fred. I try to bring a little culture into your life.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a minute. and we're back. I just told a fun. Oh man, that was a break for the ages. I might have to make that available. I don't know.
I didn't realize.
Let JD go back and watch it and see if he really wants that out there.
I realize he was multilingual
in the Ethernet.
I don't care.
It's
a true story. Lord is my witness. That's a true story.
Yeah.
I walked in. I ran over next door because we had a big skeet tournament out here at the range today with what used to be Tallahassee Builder Association. It's the Building Industry Association of the Big Bend.
Huh?
Yeah, it's a mouthful now. It's BI.
They can't get drunk at the meetings now.
Anyway, they had their annual sporting clays tournament out here this morning and on Friday, and good turnout. Looked like everything looked good, and I walked in and to the tail end of JD's funny story. I got the punchline.
Yeah, I did too. It left me speechless. That doesn't happen very often.
I looked over and the dadgum red on the microphones over there was pegged out. Everybody's laughing so hard. But anyway, all right. So we got this next week. We've got the GSSF match coming up next weekend, I think.
Next weekend.
And so if you're into Glock shooting or want to shoot Glocks, we have rental guns. You come out here and you can run the Glock match, which is, what is it, 3 stages? It's been a while since I shot it.
Yes, sorry, 3 stages. They're one set of steel head plate rack for speed, and then 2 stages with targets on it at different distances. But it's all of that stuff's online. The exact stages and whatever's set up, everything is available through GSSF. We kind of turn the range over, turn a few of our ranges over to them. And I've had 2 different calls this week. People asking, can we still use the range? Yes, the range is still, there's a lot of ranges available. You can still come to the range. I had a church group that wants to come out and do their quarterly training, and so we'll find a place for you if you want to come shoot.
Parking is the biggest challenge of all of it.
Yeah, parking's going to be a challenge, but it really, other than driving through where all the commotion is, drive slowly through the commotion, because there's going to be a bunch of people on foot and moving around and whatever else. But and come out and watch, as long as you fill out the waiver.
We always have a couple vendors show up
spectate.
here. Somebody doing some custom ear protection stuff, and anyway, it's a good time. It's a good event. It runs 2 days. They set up on Friday and they're done on Sunday, midday Sunday. So if you're going to shoot, you come in and register Saturday morning. And then you can shoot Sunday morning too.
They're usually done by, I think, 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoons. They're done. Saturday's the big day, and then the following month, and SIG is doing something to try to emulate the same idea, a factory tournament that they're doing, and we're hosting that one for SIG. They originally did one date, and they moved it back a week, so it's the last Saturday and Sunday in March. So a month and a half later, we're doing a SIG tournament here. So, and it's obviously got to shoot SIG guns, just like in the Glock tournament, you got to shoot a Glock. So,
we'll be setting up a skeet tournament on that'd be Friday. That's a Friday, and that weekend it'll be free. So yeah, that'll work out. All right, yeah, cool.
We got
a Glock match going to Dothan, I think, way over in November or something like that.
Yeah.
So just the second half of the year, we pick one winter, spring here, summer, fall there, and that way people don't get burnt out on it. But that's good. We're teaching a class the other night out here. We got into these right to bear, the legal insurance plan that we try to expose people to out here. We don't push it, but we try to expose you to it as the opportunity for you to have prepaid criminal and civil legal defense at your fingertips. And we do this active shooter course, and it's pushed out to our member database and put on Facebook monthly. And we had a class the other night. A couple questions came up. We were talking about stand your ground and castle doctrine, and the question came up, Fred, that when we said you can't. An occupied conveyance, you can use deadly force to protect yourself. Somebody is attempting or is attempting to enter a residence dwelling or occupied conveyance. That means you or somebody else is in it and they're trying to get in without your consent. And the question came up, and that's pretty clear. You're in your car, somebody's trying to get in, or if your child is in the car and they're trying to get in the car and steal the car. Both under stand your ground, which says if it's forcible felony, which would be carjacking, kidnapping in that case.
It'd be burglary of a dwelling, person assaulted.
Yeah.
So felony.
So
felony.
They said, well, what if my dog is in the car? I'll let you answer it. I know the answer, but I'll let you answer it.
Well, the dog is a piece of property. We don't like to think of it like that.
Pay attention to that, Lily. It's okay.
Yeah. Property dog.
My dogs are.
Yeah, a dog is property. It's chattel like anything else, like a inanimate object. It's property. Now, of course, I don't think of my dog as property, and I would probably use my skills as a legal advocate to get me off of the charge if that was my dog. But it's not illegal to shoot. Stand your ground doesn't apply to dogs unless you're standing your ground from a dog.
Well, the further question came up was, what if it's like a, what do they call, service animal?
Yeah, no, service animal still chattel. That doesn't make him special. All that means is that you get to bring him on an airplane or take him in the courthouse and argue with the bailiffs, which we have a guy that does that every day.
Still not a person.
Still not a person. Service animal's not a person. Guy, self-defense, defense of others. Those are people we're talking about, not dogs, parrots, snakes, iguanas. Although Elvis he's been getting kind of active. My secretary she listens to Christian music, which nothing wrong with that. I'm glad she does.
She works for you. She probably feels like she has to. You got to find a little salvation in there. She's like,
keeps the demons on the far end of the building.
I'm serving the demon. I might as well. But I got to get right with the Lord.
So Elvis sits in her office.
Elvis is your iguana.
He's the iguana, and he started digging. I mean, you can see him swaying.
There's something to be said for
He
defense attorneys and
reptiles, cold-blooded.
That sort of.
There you go.
I was wearing my alligator skin boots in there the other day, and Elvis was giving me the eagle eye.
So we may have a problem, Fred.
What?
Because I'm planning on doing at some point in time this year. I'm going to do an iguana hunt down in South Florida.
Don't take Elvis with you. I mean,
well, wasn't planning on taking Elvis.
Decoy.
What I was planning on doing was also taking a fish fryer down there because I'm gonna find out. Everybody says it's delicious and chicken of the tree. I'm planning on doing that. So if that thing tastes really good, if they go down there and eat them things and they really good,
JD come by your office.
I'll be broke into the office and go. I got the hat because
you're gonna have to change that burger along close. I just would feel bad eating a pet. I mean, it's like eating.
They're not your pet.
I get it, but it's like eating a cat. I mean, I do go to the Chinese buffet, but
you're wrong for that.
They just outlawed Korea. Just outlawed.
You can't eat a cat in Korea.
Can't eat dogs no more.
Oh, good.
They just outlawed that. That was on the.
Couldn't eat it. Who would want to eat? You got to be a
cold-hearted. South Korea.
Yeah, they outlawed.
North Korea, they're eating anything
because
they're starving.
No, they just passed a law in South Korea. We have a really good Korean friend that comes in the store all the time, and he said,
he's an
I don't know
friend
if
of Korean descent.
He was born in Korea.
Yeah, but he
was he upset about it, or was he?
No, he was just saying because we have fun with him all the time, and every time he comes in, I say, "Run, Dixie." Anyway, he'll bring Dixie treats, and I go, "Oh, he's trying to fatten you up. You better look out." We have a good time with it.
But when he brings food, and honestly, I like to eat the chicken wings with bones in them.
Yeah.
Well, what's that other meat right there?
That's my parrot.
Anyway, he said he came in the other day. He goes, "Hey, I just want to let you know they passed a law in South Korea. There's no longer they can't eat dogs anymore." And I'm like, "Okay, Jason, I didn't really okay."
He thought you were serious?
Huh? No, he wasn't. He was getting me back. He just basically said, "Come up with something new." That's like, and I promptly told him. I said, "That's all right, Jason. I'll figure out some other way to mess with you." But
he may be Korean, but he's as American as me.
Yeah, sure,
I promise
absolutely.
You.
No, it's
although he could go over there undercover, wouldn't nobody know.
Yeah. Well,
now I tell you, there was a case not too long ago. I don't know if you saw this. It was on the news where I guess some woman had a Pikachu or one of those, Maltese.
Pikachu's
No, maybe it's a
peekapoo.
Something with a poo on the end of it.
Most of them have poo on the end of it.
Yeah.
If they don't
All
wipe
the
it
ones
off.
I ever seen had poo.
Poo
you know
coming
what I'm
out
talking about.
of the end
Yeah,
of
one of
them.
the. I'm with you. A Pekingese poodle mix, peekapoo.
A lap dog, you know.
Yeah,
All
Fifi dog.
Like large women with blankets usually have them.
Fifi dogs, yes.
And so she got out of her car and they carjacked her car with her dog in it.
And she jumped up on the roof.
Jumped up on the hood.
That was a French poodle, sir.
That's
I'm sorry, French bulldog. It was a French bulldog.
That's right. That was a French bulldog.
Yep.
A little bitty thing.
Little bitty dogs. Yep.
Yeah, that's a dog with a poo.
That's a peekapoo.
Okay, that's what I thought it was.
But that particular case that you're talking about, I saw it was a French bulldog because those are like the most stolen. They're really expensive, I guess.
So, and I'm thinking to myself as I'm watching, I wouldn't jump on the hood of a car, try to save my dog, but I'm generally packing. And if I could hit that tire,
Yeah, I'm with you.
I think I might. I think you'd be justified in that.
Worry about the consequences later.
I think I'm not advocating that you do that, but I could defend that case.
Yeah. And most people, the jury would most certainly be sympathetic.
I mean, you look at juries, you don't go to trial on an animal cruelty case if you're representing the defendant.
Yeah, exactly.
You already got one leg in the grave when
and that's
you
just like the folks and the students in the class the other night that really wanted to argue that this is I mean that I want you to tell me it's okay to shoot the bad guy that's stealing my car if my dog's in there. I want you to tell me it's okay.
Yeah,
it's not by the letter of the law ever okay to do that.
I can spin a set of circumstances, but not on face value. We'll be back in just a minute. And we're back. So, we were talking about were we talking about shooting tires out a minute ago?
Yeah.
Okay. I zoned out because I was looking at the name of a dog's name, Pooh, and I Googled it, and it said people also search for cockapoo, maltipoo, pompapoo, poogle, cavapoo, yorkie poo, and dog. I kid you not. The last one is dog.
I got some of that on my shoe the other day.
Anyway, so we're talking about shooting a tire out or something. Here's my argument on that: if you're stealing my truck, or my dogs are in it, okay, or you just stealing my truck, and I shoot the tire out. Now, Fred, if you shoot at somebody and you're not justified in shooting at somebody, what's that crime?
We have
that's assault.
We're fixing to have a Bubba shot the jukebox moment on the radio show. Go forward, sir.
So you are.
That's assault.
So it's assault, but you were shooting at them. I
shoot the rear tire.
I know how to shoot. I shot my tire with a precision shot designed to disable my tire that I own on my truck, my property.
Yeah, let me say that to the cop, and you just sit over there and keep your mouth shut. I'll spin that.
So the words to the
I had
song
no
was
intention to shoot him.
Reckless discharge of a gun is what the officers were claiming.
That's what they were claiming. But
Bubba hollered out, I hit just where I was aiming.
There you go. That's the defense right there, and it's in the country, so you can play it for the jury.
Yeah. That was good. I get Billy Dean sing it behind me.
Billy, I need you in court tomorrow. Bring your guitar.
So Fred comes to court, and he's making his closing arguments. He goes, well, I'm going to do this with the song. And he breaks out that guitar. Well, you can't sing that stuff you sung up there in South Dakota because that would offend them all. He sang Bubba Shot.
Somebody videoed that.
Charlie shot his back tire.
Last night. Said they stole his bird dog. I could come up with some lyrics.
Oh, man.
I will have you lyrics for that by next hunting trip.
Yeah, okay. And you thought Johnny Crockett was good when he rapped about the acquittal and the non-fitting glove.
Yeah.
And that what if the evidence doesn't fit,
you must acquit. I'm gonna come up with a Bubba Shot the back tire song. I'm gonna do that.
Well, and there again, it goes to what jurisdiction you're in. If you did that in the city limits of Tallahassee on a main thoroughfare,
yeah, you'd have problems.
It'd be problematic. You did that leaving my house and my yard in Jackson County
with a trained bird dog.
You did that, do it in Wakulla.
You right.
They won't even call the cops.
Anyhow,
I had a cousin one time that some dudes come up in the yard and stole his 4-wheeler. Out of his yard and loaded it back the pickup truck down into the ditch on the dirt road in front of the house, and stole his 4-wheeler and drove it up on the truck and boogity down the road. And he come running out with the shotgun. And when he called 911, he said, "You can't miss the truck. It's got buckshot holes all in the back of it."
I marked it for you.
That was in Holmes County, and nothing happened bad about it. He got his 4-wheeler back too.
They probably made him right.
Well, in Holmes County, they stole my 4-wheeler. Was that your truck, your car, your ATV, or your house?
Yeah.
Yes. All of the above.
Yeah. Come on. Oh my! They stole. What was the description? Well, it's got 4 wheels. Well, that don't narrow it down much. Is that one with the bathroom and the bedroom?
Hitch on the front, or what? Roll by itself, or what?
They stole my trailer. Which one? The one you live in, or the one? Hey, I've spent a large part of my life in a trailer. I can't say nothing.
Yeah, he called it's a Ford pickup truck, and it's gonna have buckshot all in the back, all in the tailgate.
Jeez.
I bet there was more than one in the county that had that, though.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Can you narrow that down a little bit for me?
What color was it?
It was white. Oh, well, all right, narrow it down some more. I mean,
had a bunch of rust on it. That don't help.
It's kind of like every time you turn on the news, they're talking about a Lowndes County victim. He's always in a white van. The suspect is always. How many white vans do they have in Lowndes County?
All of them.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm never going there because if I see a white van, I'm out. I mean.
All right, we'll be right back.
Don't break it.
You remember this story about the llama in Dreswick?
Oh yeah, he grabbed him by the
That
handle.
was my llama.
Is that your llama?
That's my family's llama.
Oh, we got to tell this one. Start the show.
No, the judges kept calling me the Dalai Lama for like 2 months.
No, let's just stop right there. We're going to do this one on the air.
Yep. All right. Segment 3.
All right, I got all of
In 3, 2, 1.
So we're back. Now, we're going to try to keep this segment as tasteful as we can.
What a startling revelation on the break, Fred. You have to when you meet people, you're supposed to tell them it was your llama.
Well, it's my family's llama. So my grandmother, technically my grandmother's llama.
Let's tell the story why it came up. All right. We once upon a time, JD, and you correct me, you probably know as much as I do or more. We got a call to a loose llama.
A llama.
Were you there?
A llama.
I was
lingering.
Not there.
A lingering llama in the off of Bannerman Road, if I remember.
Yeah, he was up there by the gas station at Bull Healy.
Mm-hmm. And he was loose. He was
loose.
He was not
lingering
secured.
around.
He'd come off of Millstone Plantation, which is my family's property.
Yeah.
He's up there. Sammy lives close by to him.
Yep.
Next door to that llama is where Sammy lives. And
that llama's probably eating his garden, wasn't he?
I got everything out of it.
Wasn't you stealing out of there?
No, it wasn't me. So that llama got loose, and he got up there and was terrorizing the patrons of the gas station. And they called the cops. And there was another guy up there that knows our family and called my brother and said, "Hey, y'all's llama's up here at the gas station, and the sheriff has shown up." And I won't say the deputy's name. I know him. But apparently he was trying to explain to the deputy, he said, "Look, if you won't get that llama, all you got to do is get you a bucket, and he'll follow you in the trailer because he thinks you got some food." And the deputy said, "Step back, sir. This is a crime scene." And my friend was like, "Sir, a llama can't commit a crime." And ended up tasing the llama.
Oh, my.
after they attempted to wrestle the llama,
wrestle it, and tried to get a rope on it and pull it onto the trailer. And I don't know who said that, but I do know that one of our sponsors' brothers was and I won't say Tony Dreswicky's name on the air, was involved in trying to catch that llama, and they had tried to put a rope around that llama.
You can't.
And they were wrestling with the llama, and Tony said, quote, he told me, I got it. And he kept trying. He said, I got the rope. He grabbed the rope, and he was tugging on the rope, but he wasn't having any effect. And then he realized, JD,
it was not the rope.
It was not the rope. It was a male llama.
Dreswicky molested my family llama.
He found a handle on the llama.
There was a handle on that llama. He was tugging on that rope trying to get it to comply. And
I am traumatized. I never knew that part. That poor llama.
I don't think they did. I don't think they put that out as a press release.
Make the paper.
Or CNN. Or
if I ever get a chance to cross-examine him again.
Hey, it was on Fox News. It was on CNN. It made national news.
Oh, I know the llama made national news. I couldn't live it down for weeks.
They didn't. They did not release the full account.
No, I never knew that
of the incident.
I just can't. I just picture Tony tugging on that rope.
He ain't going nowhere.
How many times you pull on it, Tony?
That is. You llama molester. I mean,
All I know is
now you know why that llama was.
That llama was trying to get out every time it could after that.
I got a tea time at 2:30. I don't think I'm gonna get.
Well, now you know why that llama looks at you with longing eyes every time you come in.
I mean, I thought it was the taser that traumatized him.
Open the gate. Open the gate. Man, it took a whole crew to do it, but I remember when he came back and he told that story.
Wonder he tased him.
And he told that story, and I looked at him and what was that?
I
don't believe I'd have told that.
I don't believe I told that.
And we've kept that all these years tucked away, and here it is.
And there you go.
And only because we were talking about it, and you said that was
my llama.
I mean, for weeks the judges were calling me the Dalai Lama, and I couldn't live it down. I mean, and now I find out.
So next time you introduce yourself to somebody new, Fred, you need to lead with "That was my llama."
I'm just.
Is the llama
there
still
ain't
alive?
nothing else we can do on the show today that's going to top that.
Llama's gone on to glory.
Lord, call the poor thing home.
I mean,
all right.
I guess I got to go change his epithet or something. You know,
we're beating a dead horse now. I mean, never mind.
This show is just gone downhill.
Let's move on. All right then.
Speaking of llamas.
Oh no!
I watching a show the other night. Them things are bad now.
Oh yeah.
You put one of them things, or llamas or the alpacas out there in the pasture with your cows. You ain't got to worry about coyotes getting your calves anymore.
They'll stop a coyote.
I watched one tear a coyote to pieces.
Well, that's why we had them, because they're out there with the sheep.
Okay.
Oh. It's a farm.
Stop.
No,
that's perfectly acceptable. There's nothing wrong with that. There's guard dogs and guard llamas, and
them things they're tough.
Yeah.
Apparently, they have a handle on them.
Yeah.
Got to get a handle on this situation.
Had a handle on them sheep.
They will. All right. Were we on third segment, fourth? We're third segment. Okay.
I lost track.
In the next segment, we're gonna have a come to Jesus section, and we're gonna get back to our God-fearing Christian over here and talk about some fishing at some point in time. Well,
I might have to go to confessional after this thing.
I can't believe I get in the room with you guys. This is really sad. Hey, I do want.
Them llamas will spit on you too. Now I've heard. I never had one. Do you ever want to spit on you?
So, moving on.
For those who can't see, JD is on the ground. He is literally on the ground.
You're supposed to be the moral Christian guy in this show.
Well, he was just telling you the fact they do that.
I saw it on Discovery Channel. They'll spit. You ever have one spit on you?
No, I haven't.
They will. They're nasty. They're like Campbell.
This is. This is. I don't know what. I'm turning red. I mean.
Let's quit talking about domesticated animals now. Let's move on.
So I went to Billy Dean concert last night.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Nice segue.
All right, and I'm telling you, that guy is so talented. He had some musicians up there with him, and he's a funny guy, down to earth fella. Couldn't and Hugh and Cody Van Landingham were there, and they'd written some pretty good songs, and it was pretty good. I'm walking in, there were these college girls that were scantily clad, shall we say?
Imagine that.
And one of them dropped something fell out of her dress, and I didn't know where it came from, so naturally I picked it up.
Tried to hand it back to her,
and she ran away. And I'm like, what is this thing? Apparently, it was a thing that they put over their.
Falsy?
Yeah, it's a thing you put over the. Can you say?
No, I don't think you can. Probably not. It's a little piece of foam to enhance a certain body part.
It was silicone. It was very warm, and
about body temperature, wasn't it?
Yeah. And I'm trying to hand it back to her. Everybody laughing at me, and I don't know why, and she's running away.
She's probably posted
and I'm
something about
there
this dirty
this
man that grabbed her
thing looks like a rubber chicken in my hand. And look what happened. One of our county judges was right behind me and sees me holding this thing, trying to hand it to a girl, and she just kind of shakes her head. She didn't bat an eye. She just kind of
only you, Fred.
That's what. Yeah, I put it
You
on.
were just being a gentleman and trying to help the lady that dropped the whatever that
That's
thing.
what I was doing.
Right.
So what did you do with it?
I ended up she went into the bathroom, and I gave it to this other woman and said, look, can you go give that to that woman in the bathroom? I couldn't catch her. And
if you had tried, especially in front of a judge, you probably would not be sitting here right now.
Couldn't be with us. Fred couldn't be with us today.
I'd be calling Mike Harrison.
You couldn't even explain your way out of that one. Because every time you said something, they'd go, no, I know better. I've known you too long.
Yeah, nobody would. That's the problem. I mean.
So our apologies to the young lady.
Yeah, I hope she
wasn't
crooked for the rest of the night.
We'll be right back. And we're back. All right, JD, go ahead and talk. He's got a red face. It didn't get any better on the break, folks.
The fact that Fred's wife told him he's gotten more and more ridiculous since he started hanging out with us.
Called us rednecks.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I resemble that. I'm good with that. I'm all right with that. I'm just wondering how she's dealt with him all these years.
That's a lot of people ask her that question.
Man.
She was at a concert last week. I mean, must have had at least 10 people coming. How do you stay married to that guy?
Yeah, well, I've wondered that every dadgum day.
Yeah.
You know, I told my wife the other night, I said, I had her rolling.
It's called roofies.
I had my wife laughing the other night, and I said, I'm just glad I can still make you laugh. I'm good for something, and you know, and I got thinking about it, and I said, that's how Fred stays married, because he's got to keep her, she's got to be laughing every
She doesn't think I'm funny.
Day. Really?
Yeah. I don't.
No, she's just tired of it.
I think that's what it is.
After all these years, she just shakes her head and goes, that's just ridiculous.
When she hears that about the llama.
Oh, you got she got to listen to that.
I know it.
You just got to play that one just for her. So, yeah, I want to talk about
any defamation of character issues.
Man.
Oh, my.
This llama versus. Anyway, so let's try to have a slightly more wholesome segment here.
Yeah, well, please.
Going forward. We do need.
Let's talk about the bass starting to bed.
Yeah, so what's up with that? Oh, jeez.
And the crappie, they're bedding.
Are they bedding?
They're crappie are bedding up on Lake Seminole right now. Water temperature is warmed up every day this week. The course it shows today on Saturday, and we've had this warming trend the last couple of days, and really a lot of your crappie have moved. Where we used to catch them last time, they moved up into shallow water. They're bedding around the pads. Now the bass are starting to bed, and that'll last the next 2 or 3 months. It's all about the bass and the crappie thinking about what Fred likes to talk about.
Yeah.
So
that time of year.
I'm noticing as I'm getting in the truck this morning, there's just a little bit of pollen.
Little dusting, yeah.
Yes, I've been seeing that too. Yeah,
I've been sniffing.
Is that? Don't y'all think that's a little early?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it seems like it's a little early, don't it?
Yeah, but the groundhog
did not see a shadow.
Yeah, he got 6. What is it? 6 weeks?
No, we got an early spring coming. That's
okay. Yeah,
it's
earlier.
It's starting.
Poxitani Field did not see his shadow, so he's staying out, and we get an early spring.
Yeah.
Did you listen to "I Got You, Babe" all day?
No. No. I thought that was you talking about the movie Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
I thought that was not Bill Murray's best effort.
No,
and I'm a Bill Murray fan.
But the idea of being able to go back and relive a day over and over and over again until you finally get it right with the chick. I mean, and it took him like a year of reliving the day over and over again.
Yeah, I'd have done give up by then.
And he's finally in the end. He got her.
Yeah.
I tell you what, guys, I had a trip today with Tommy Leathers. He's been listening to the show since I think it started. He brought up
probably not after today. He won't.
He just lost like 100%.
But he brought up Sammy Smith. He used to play at Florida State.
Yeah.
Went and played the pros, and he came up today, and we went out crappie fishing, but ended up catching. And Sammy caught a big old bass, but he had his friend Gerald Pan. What's his last name? Panel. Do you know him, Charlie? He mentioned you. He said
Pinnell.
I heard it.
Pinnell, that's it.
Yeah,
Pinnell.
okay.
Yeah.
But he's in charge of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes Outdoor Division here in this area, and Sammy's for the state of Florida. But man, had a great time with them. Good folks, really good time.
That was a big bass.
Yeah, it was. It was nice. Caught it on a crappie jig.
7,
Really?
8 pounds.
Yeah, it was about a 6-pounder.
Yep.
Fish is real thick.
Well, he's a big fella, so it's
Yeah,
kind of hard to judge.
Yeah. I asked him. I said, it seems like since you played, the running backs haven't been as big as. I said, it's changed over the last since then. But man, I tell you what a great guy.
Awesome.
Had a good time with him today. But Lake
That was this morning?
Talquin, yeah, that was this morning. Lake Talquin, the crappie are still out. They're in about 12 to 18 foot of water in the mouths of the creeks. That water temperature on Lake Talquin stays a little cooler than Seminole. But today, the water temperature, when I left the lake at about 11 o'clock, it was right at 59 degrees. So it's warming up. It's probably
time.
62, 63 now.
Yes,
Really?
sir. Yes, sir.
Over the whole, it got warm that fast?
Yes, it has. This week on Tuesday, the water temperature was 51 in the morning. The next day was 53. The next day was, you know what I mean? It's warming up every day.
You get these bluebird, no cloud in the sky days with the sun hitting on that water. It'll warm it up fast. Really, it's a combination.
So what's your ideal temperature for a bass?
For when they start in bed, it's 62, 63.
So 62, 63, that's what you want to. That's when you want to
start
go.
moving in on the beds. I bet they're bedding at your lake. Don't you go on the lake over there?
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll go down there and look this afternoon. See, pray for my llama.
You still have llamas?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. No, because it's up there at the farm, which I don't go up very much. It's my grandmother's place, and I haven't been up there in a while. There may still be there may be a llama up there. There's still the sheep.
You probably still got a llama there.
Probably still got a llama. There's a jackass up there. And I'm not talking
Every
about
time
my
you
uncle.
go.
I was going to say, every time you go. Charlie beat me to that one. You was waiting on that one. He was sitting back in the batter's box.
I had the slingshot back ready to go. I've been sitting here waiting.
He's had all the weight on the back foot and, elbow up in that batter's box. Just serve it up, buddy.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of hanging out with guys like y'all. I don't have to worry about saying the wrong thing or offending anybody, or I can just broadside anytime I want to. I don't nobody leaves butt hurt.
Yeah, you talking about fishing? I've been getting some reports from the coast, and the trout and redfish, the smaller ones out right in the mouth of the creek, where the river or wherever the creek empties out into the bigger body of water, and bigger trout, if you've got the boat to be able to go up some of those little sloughs and creeks, find some 4 to 6 foot of water up in the creeks.
What about Bob Sykes' cut? You heard anything coming out of there?
I have not. I have spent some wonderful days over there at the cut when I was a kid. That back in the day when you had to check in at the gate at the plantation, and if you didn't have a 4-wheel drive truck,
they wouldn't let you.
They would not let you let you go, because the now really nice paved curvy drive through there was just plowed through with a bulldozer, and you had to have a 4-wheel drive truck to get to the cut, and it was one of the few places you could drive on the sandy beach.
You still got to have that to go in the back part of the state park.
Right.
You got to have a fishing rod, because that's the only reason to go back there.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to have 4-wheel drive in order to get a pass to get back there.
Yep.
Or you can just get a boat and ride over there.
Me and my buddies back in the day would. I tell people this, and it's so crazy because there were this was way before cell phones.
Yeah.
And we'd play a baseball game in high school at 17 years old in high school. Play a baseball game on Friday night. Have all our fishing gear and coolers and stuff in the back of the truck, in the back of somebody's truck. Me and a buddy of mine both had 4-wheel drive trucks, and we'd get done with the baseball game, get in the truck after dark, drive to St. George Island or drive to Indian Pass or whatever on Friday night as kids, and spend the night on the beach under trying to keep the no-see-ums and the mosquitoes from toting you off. And get up and fish the next day. Of course, there wasn't no sleep happening that night because of the bugs and because of just being boys and finding something to do, And spend the night, get up and fish the next day, load the coolers up, and come back home before dark the next day.
Sure.
Can you imagine turning your kids loose like that in this world today? I mean, that's just
not knowing and
no way to contact them.
And you don't know what's going on.
The last thing you'd say is, "Mama, we're going to." Mama, we going to the Indian Pass.
And it's like, okay, see you tomorrow.
Y'all be careful.
If something happened today, in this day and age, and they said, well, my child's missing. We've lost my child. Something happened. They go, well, when's the last time you saw him? Well, then they went down and they went camping and, whatever, and we didn't miss them till the next day. They would crucify you in the press that you were basically a worthless parent that allowed this to happen, and it's all your fault. And then they would investigate you because they didn't believe you.
That's exactly what would happen.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking back. I was thinking about that last night. My daughter went to a school function and on a school transportation over to Jacksonville to watch a musical or a play or whatever. And we're sitting there, what time's the play over? Oh, it's supposed to be over somewhere around 10 o'clock or whatever. So we're looking at pulling up the tracker on her phone going, well, she's still there. Or, okay, they just got in the bus and they're on the way. They're on the way home. Yeah. And and right before I went to sleep, I'm looking at it and go, okay, they're on this side of 75. They're still on I-10, but they're within an hour from home and all this kind of stuff. And I just and it dawned on me right then that I'd go off for the whole weekend and leave on Friday night and say, "Mama, we going to the woods. I'll see you on Sunday." Yeah. And no way to. You couldn't have called for help down there where we were if you had to have help. You better handle it, or you just probably won't come home. Yeah. So, different world we live in.
Bit by a snake, stingray, something like that.
Oh, there's any number of things could have happened bad.
All right, real quick before we go, March 29th, put on your calendar if you want to shoot a round of sporting clays at my farm in Jackson County. Me and JD setting up a course for the Marion FFA. You can call the shop and get the information to get registered. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.